Welcome to the February Collective Tea Leaf Reading. I'm Rissa, this is Tea and Smoke. I'm going to start this month's reading showing you the cup before I drank it. I started with green tea that had roses in it. I added the roses, of course, for Valentine's Day. Look at all the bubbles. There is a charming old legend that says, as many bubbles as you have on top of your teacup, that's how many kisses somebody wants to give you. With all of those bubbles on top of the cup, if you're looking for a romantic February, this might be just the sign you were waiting for. Starting underneath the handle, the blockage begins here. This cup for February has a rim, a big, thick, wide rim that goes all the way around the emotional side of the cup. This tells me that this month, even though there are things that you want and things that you can see right in front of you, it might be that you're just not taking them. There aren't a lot of figures that show up under the handle. Aside from the beginning with the blockage, there's a dragon and the letter U. I think the dragon is quite timely. This is the beginning in February 2024 of the Chinese Year of the Dragon. We start that in just a few days, so showing up with all the fierceness and courage of a dragon is a great way to begin the Lunar New Year. Showing up as a dragon symbolically tells me that you're feeling very capable, very on task, and you really don't want to deal with any distractions this month. As we start moving into the emotional side of the cup, there are a few repeating patterns I'm going to bring to your attention. The first is the letter C. This could be the initial of a person, place, thing, or event that's going to show up in your February. If that initial or letter doesn't resonate for you, it's about seeing the things that are right in front of you. This message is repeated on this side of the cup by eyeglasses. As we begin in the emotional side of the cup, underneath that thick, deep blockage, there is a person coming towards you in a boat with the letter C underneath. This could be someone in your life who wants to make an emotional offer, friend, colleague, potential partner, but you just don't see them. If indeed they have the initial C, then this message is definitely for you. However, if that's not the case, remember, there might be someone and you're just not seeing them clearly, or you're not seeing what is available to you. Moving forward on the emotional side, there's another person coming along holding a balloon. Another person wants to just have fun. This is a friend, a family member, a colleague, someone who really wants to just make you a genuine offer this month to go out and have a good time. The thing is, this person is showing up under that big, deep, thick blockage once again. Are you going to give them a chance? Are you going to allow yourself to just go out and have some fun? That's really up to you. Our next grouping is buried deep underneath that large blockage. In fact, there's almost like a cliff hanging over it. There's a cat holding a heart in its tail. There's a pair of glasses underneath and two people sort of separated by scatter. I'm gonna break that down for you. Cats are always about home. Unless you literally have a cat in your life who wants to give you love, or maybe you're thinking of adopting a new feline companion in February, this cat could be a family member, a potential partner, someone who really wants to share their feelings, but you're separated by confusion. The glasses tell me that you're just not seeing the situation clearly. The two people separated by scatter, once again, the communication is just not there. Step back, take a breath, and look again. What are you not seeing? What are you not hearing? What could both sides be doing a little better with as far as communicating? The next exchange on the emotional side of the cup is pretty interesting. Here are two people in isolation, sort of boxed together, but apart. When you look at this part of the cup, two people obviously want to be together. They're in some kind of situation together, and yet they're not together. As you're looking at this exchange, I want you to ask yourself, is there a friend, a family member, a colleague, or even your own partner, someone that you could perhaps reach out to, communicate with more clearly, and get through the confusion and blockage before one or both of you end up feeling isolated? I really think this is worth your effort. There are two mushrooms immediately following. Here we are again with that number 2. The mushrooms are about rapid change. Something is going to quickly turn around for you, potentially having to do with another person, partner, family member, friend, colleague. This is a good thing. Really consider if reaching out to someone, bridging a gap, getting past some sort of disagreement or isolation could be to your benefit. The last grouping we see on the emotional side of the cup is the huge number 2. There's another 2 right underneath of it. And once again, the letter C with a question mark. If the letter C resonates for you, person, place, thing, or event, take it. If not, I encourage you to use it as the word see. Do you see your way towards these partnerships that are going to benefit you in the long run? Is there anything you can do to sort of lift or open this blockage? Because immediately after the great big 2 with the small 2 underneath, there is an opening, almost like a breath of fresh air, almost like that moment when you can finally breathe because you're out from under a huge weight. And then back of the cup, only 2 symbols showing up. Again, there's that 2. The triangle with the heart. An opportunity for something that you love. After you get through the whole grind of February, you are definitely going to see the opportunity that you've been waiting for all this time start to come to life. There are some differences between the emotional and material sides this month. This is your stuff, your house, your job, your education. That as you're closed off to the emotional side a little bit this month, you're going to be focusing a lot more on your material world. You're fighting for it. You're fighting for your material world this month. The first set of symbols to show up, there's a cook pot sort of attached to a person wielding a huge axe. This person is way smaller than their axe. They almost feel like they maybe took on more than they can handle, but keep going. The cook pot is a positive sign. It means that the hard work you're doing in February is going to bear fruit for you as you go forward. Even if that axe seems huge and heavy, you've got it. You really do. There's a part of you that's wondering why. Why am I working so hard this month? Why am I doing all of this? Because this opportunity is golden. The next big symbol behind all of that is a really large triangle. And there's somebody lifting you up towards this opportunity. There are 2 people. One is larger, one is smaller. The smaller one is being boosted. Someone is giving you a lift towards the opportunity that's going to change everything. A little bit of scatter is around this part of the cup. Whenever there's change, there's a little bit of confusion. Whether this is a professional or educational situation, I guess it could be both. When somebody offers a hand, you accept it and you allow yourself to be lifted towards your dreams. All of this is working up to one great big huge triangle that's about halfway back the cup. This thing is big. It's probably the biggest symbol in the cup this month, the triangle that's sitting in the material side. Don't have any doubts. A new situation is coming, be it for your education, your home, your car, your job. It's going to be good. Right next to it is the letter U and a heart. All of this is sitting directly behind an Egyptian king on his throne. As you move forward, you are going to be rising to the level where you feel, in fact, royal, that you feel like you're really owning and deserving of the opportunities that are coming along. And you know what? Bravo. It's about time. Step up and own it. It might even feel like your dreams are coming true. At the very point of this huge triangle is Aladdin's lamp. It might feel just like your wishes are finally happening. As we get into the back of the material side of the cup, there is another sort of jagged block, the kind we saw a little bit of on the emotional side. As these things are happening, as you're going through this, you do feel a little odd of sorts. This might even cause some rift with someone that you love. There are 2 people standing apart. One is holding a heart and the other is walking away towards the triangle. It might be that someone you love feels left behind as you're moving towards new opportunities in February. My advice, don't neglect the people that love you. Remember to take care of those who take care of you. In the very back, there are 3 more figures. One is reaching out of the blockage holding a triangle. Even as you're feeling maybe a little blocked and jagged in your material life, there's still good stuff coming. People are still going to be making offers to you, and they are going to be good ones. The last 2 figures are the large and small figure once again. Now the large figure is holding up a really big mushroom. And there it is again. fast change showing up for you in the month of February. The very bottom of the cup was a really big block. It did have some 3D shapes though. The two that stood out to me were a keyhole and a triangle. You are unlocking the next level right now. You are unlocking what's going to be prominent in your life going forward. It might feel a little confusing right now. It might feel almost like you're over busy or overwhelmed as you're trying to balance the transition between where you are and where you're going, as well as all the opportunities showing up for you in February, both emotional and material. As you're going through the month of February, you are going to have a few slips and slides, and that's totally okay because that's part of life. Forgive yourself. Realize that it's a super busy time and it's completely worth your effort to focus on the changes ahead and the life that you want. And going back to the beginning of the cup, if somebody really wants to cover you with that many kisses, even if it's your dog, go with it. Remember, I will never reach out to you on any platform to offer you a reading. If you want a personal reading, if this didn't resonate with you, you need to reach out to me at my website, teandsmoke.com. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, or leave me a message below telling me what resonated. Thanks so much for joining me for February's collective reading.